Greetings, tribe. Thank you for tuning into my video on your journey. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for offering your attention and dedicated time to this moment. What we're going to dive into today is an experience I call accessing divine presence. And how we'll get there and how we'll explore that capacity is by doing two exercises at the beginning. One exercise to access a state of heart consciousness, and one activational exercise I call the invigoration breath, to really charge up the vitality and energy within the body, and then we'll dive into the guided meditation following that. So for the next 20-30 minutes, go ahead and get into a nice clear space with yourself, and if you're with other people too, make sure you guys are all comfortable. You can either lay down or sit down when it comes to the meditation, yet for both exercises, allow yourself to sit up and just be present in the experience, okay? I'll give you a breakdown on the two exercises on how we get into those, and then once we do that, we'll just go right into it, and then from there I'll immediately flow into the meditation, okay? So first, we'll go through the process of getting heart conscious, and in heart consciousness, the way we step into it in the practice that I teach is something I call the conversion breath. And the conversion breath is essentially a cycle of breath where you take a deep inhale through the nose, breathing into the diaphragm, into the belly, right? And then when you exhale from where the top of the throat meets the back of the nasal passage, right? And it sounds like a sigh, a high sigh when it comes out. And both pathways of the breath, very deliberate, very slow, take your time with it, there's no rush. When you're going through the conversion breath, like two really important factors. One, keep your eyes open, because you're learning how to access this state while being present in the experience that you're having. And you can feel the shift within you while being present, and that's what alludes you to being able to make really sound, empowering decisions while being in the experience. Also, when we go through the breath, when you breathe in deep and build up, right, you're going to build that in, feel the whole body build up with the breath, and then when you exhale, let everything go. Let all the muscles in the face go, let the body go, and you're simply going to just fade down as all the air comes out. So to give you an example, as you go in, so that's one cycle of the conversion breath. As you go through it, we're going to do 5 cycles. Another thing to note, in between each cycle, take that pause and be in that stillness for a minute. That stillness between pulse, between breath, and feel that space as well. Right? This whole process of getting into heart consciousness is the totality of the experience itself that offers the opportunity for the shift. Okay, so we'll go through this whole process. Again, very deliberate inhale through the nose into the diaphragm, building up the body as you breathe. Exhaling out, high sigh from where the top of the throat meets the back of the nasal passage, and letting it out very slow and steady. And as you do, letting everything fade, everything fall, everything relax. Right? And then once you exhale all the air out, taking that moment and pausing in that stillness before the inspiration that you have to breathe again. Okay? And then once we go through this conversion breath, we'll sit in the space of the observer and take a moment with our senses in this space. Okay? And then from that, we'll go into the invigoration breath. And as we're in heart consciousness, what I'll ask for you to do is sustain that state, and I'll then offer the process of the invigoration breath as well. Okay? So let's go into it. Enough of the jibber jabber. So go ahead and get comfortable, sit up, and let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out. And as you flow through those 5 cycles of breath, now let yourself settle. Let the breath take place naturally. And just allow yourself to be present in this space. With each cycle of breath as you fade, it allows your attention to shift from the mind, the physical mind, into your heart center. And when you shift into that space, you just feel that more expanded state, present in the moment. So from this space, we'll take a moment to explore our senses. So as you sit there, notice how you feel in this moment. And feel the lungs expand and contract with the breath. Feel the blood running through your veins, your heartbeat, the surface that you're sitting on, the clothes on your body, the air all around you. Take a moment to just be present in observing the feeling. You can explore textures with it, just getting acclimated. And then along with the sense of feeling, begin to just notice everything that you hear in the moment, near and far. Allow yourself to observe from this space everything that you can hear. Including the silence. And then including the sense of sight. Notice everything that you see in this moment, taking a look around, really absorbing the moment as the observer. And you're looking at everything as it is, right? Without stories, without details or descriptions, without labels. You're just being present with it all. Allowing yourself to observe freely with no other thought about it. You're just observing as it is. So feel that presence in that state. And let yourself be there. Now as we step into the invigoration exercise, continue to explore just observing what I'll share with you now from this state before we dive into the experience of it. So still feel your expansive state from that heart consciousness and just observe. So the invigoration breath, the invigoration exercise, is a form of the abdominal breath. And what you'll be doing, it is a quicker breath, right, that will be focused specifically on the diaphragm and breathing deeply towards the pelvic floor, right? And then when you exhale, you'll be drawing the belly in, the abdominal in, and we'll go through a 6 count of the cycle of the breath, and on the 7th count, you'll take a deep breath in, and then you're going to hold it for a count of 10. And after you hold it for 10, then you're going to sigh slowly and exhale out. And then you're going to, once you breathe it all out, hold the breath again at the end. Okay? And as you're going through the process, the breath takes place in through the mouth and out through the mouth, right? So to give you an example of what I'm talking about, you have the diaphragm, right, the belly that you're focusing on, and when you breathe, it's like you're breathing and feeling the belly expand, but more so than just expand, it's as if you're taking the breath, expanding the belly out and pushing it towards, just with the breath, towards the pelvic floor. Right? So it's a, right? And so you'll notice your chest won't move at all. It's bypassing that, going straight into the diaphragm, expanding out, right? Generating all of that energy that we have in that space, right? And then on the exhale, right, it's going to be deliberately pushing out and then retracting the belly in, right? And so that is, you go, And then on the final breath, you breathe in. And you hold it for that 10 count. And while you're holding it, what I'm going to ask you to do, your hands will be in, they'll be here when you're going through the breath. When you're holding it, you're going to bring your hands in surrender pose. And you'll make clenched fists, and you're going to squeeze them together for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then release them down. And then after you do the 10 count, you exhale the breath out. And pause there on the exhale. And then we go right back into it. Okay? So we're going to do this 3 times. And then from there, on the last one you hold, I'm going to take you into the guided meditation. Okay? So just a quick recap. Right? The breath in through the mouth, out through the mouth, quicker pace, pushing the belly out and down, right? And then on the exhale, drawing it in, right? 6 count of that cycle, and on the 7th, it's a big deep breath in, hold it for 10 seconds, and as you hold, hand surrender pose, squeeze the fist, release the fist down, and then exhale out in a sigh, letting it all fade, and then holding the breath at the end until we go back into it. Okay? So again, in breathing that belly out, contracting it in, right? And then the quicker pace. And when you build up and you exhale, it's almost like you're really pushing it out, right? Pushing it out, really activating that energy, okay? And when you're activating that energy, as you begin to feel the energy cultivate, allow it to start to flow upward, right? Through your channels, through your spine, that energy goes up as it starts to circulate and expand throughout your entire body, okay? Let's get started. Here we go. Last one. Now from this space, I first invite you to close your eyes, right, and just be present with the feeling at this moment. Feel the energy flowing through the body, and just allow yourself to observe it as it is right there. Eyes closed, feeling the vibration. And just be present with it for a moment. Simply observe for the moment. And as you observe, with your awareness, begin to scan through the body, flowing first through the toes, going through the feet and the ankles, and channeling that awareness upward through the calves and shins and through your knees, flowing through the thighs and hamstrings, the glutes, the pelvis, the hips, sexual organs, and continuing to scan through, going through the lower abdomen, the lower back, through the upper abdomen and middle back, and the chest and upper back. And continuing with your awareness going up through the throat, the jaw, chin, mouth, cheeks and ears, nose. Simply scan through it all, the eyes, forehead, top of the head, back of the head, going down the back of the neck, the spine, traps and tops of the shoulders, flowing through the biceps and triceps, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the palms and back of the hands, and the fingers. And now allow your awareness to expand out and simply observe the communication of the body as a whole. Allow yourself to feel and be with it all. And as you observe this vibration of the body, as you feel all the energy just simply flowing through you, begin to take a moment to flow with that energy. Feel the rhythm and pattern of your energy as it flows throughout the body. Feel the communication and the symphony of cells and atoms and molecules. Feel it circulate and move, and begin to feel it even dancing around on your skin. And as you feel all that energy, allowing yourself to surrender to it, begin to feel the energy that's circulating throughout the body, extending beyond it. Notice that when you're just aware of the energy itself, there's no defining line. There's no end of the energy inside the body and the energy of the edge of the body that encapsulates it. Now feel how far your energy extends beyond the body within your current awareness. And notice as you place your awareness on where the energy is extending beyond the body, there's no longer a defining line where the skin is in relation to the space or the air around it. There's no separation to the nature of energy. So feel that in this moment. Allow yourself to feel your own expansive nature existing beyond the idea of the body. And as you flow with this energy, as you feel it extend outward, Allow yourself to ride the wave of your expanded consciousness. And in so doing, surrendering to what's opening up within you in recognition. Feel the wholeness and the infinite of your own divine nature that is always present and always accessible, and is the true state of your natural self. So let us take a moment here and now to flow further into that access. First, let us align the mind into the space by utilizing the voice. So as you remain in this energetic state with your eyes closed, first speaking vocally, repeat these words. I am naturally abundant. I am naturally divine. I am naturally masterful. I am always abundant. I am always divine. I am always masterful. And now say the same thing with the inner voice, speaking through the inner landscape. First, to yourself, I am naturally abundant. I am naturally divine. I am naturally masterful. And then, I am always abundant. I am always divine. I am always masterful. And just allow yourself to be in that space after you make those statements. And notice if you feel your own energetic vibration and your signature sound resonance, which is the beautiful symphony of you emitting outward from your body. Even more precisely, from your inner landscape through your body. And feel yourself expand outward, recognizing that the entire experience that you are having right now is the you that you're observing. The glimpse into the recognition that you are the experience having itself. And continue to surrender to that space. Surrender to that vibration and surrender to that presence. Feel the support of the divine guidance that is always with us. Feel it in the warmth in the body, in the vibrational rhythm, in the extending frequency. And continue to bask in that space. And now even more so, I want you to lift the head slightly up towards the sky at an angle, opening your heart up in this space. And allow yourself to speak out vocally. I surrender to the divine presence in this moment. I surrender to the support of Source Consciousness. I surrender to the alignment of the cosmos. And freely feel yourself open up into this space. So continue to bask in that vibration for a moment. Feeling that heart expanded. Feeling the presence of your awareness expanded. Take this moment to settle in. And then we're going to flow through the 7 base chakra points. And through each chakra, we'll go through the seed syllable, sounding it out 3 times before moving on to the next. We'll begin with the first chakra, the root chakra. Seed syllable is Lam, L-A-M, Lam, L-A-M. So go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out. And then we'll take a deep breath in to begin. And moving up to the sacral chakra, seed syllable, Vam, V-A-M, Vam, V-A-M. Taking a deep breath in, letting the air out. And taking a deep breath in to begin. And moving up to the solar plexus chakra, seed syllable, Ram, R-A-M, Ram, R-A-M. Taking a deep breath in, exhale out, and taking a deep breath in to begin. And moving up to the heart chakra, seed syllable, Yam, Y-A-M, Yam, Y-A-M. Taking a deep breath in, letting the air out. And breathing in. And moving up to the throat chakra, seed syllable, Ham, H-A-M, Ham, H-A-M. Taking a deep breath in, letting the air out. And breathing in. And moving up to the third eye chakra, The seed syllable is Shyam, S-H-A-M. When we sound it out, the Shyam is a little shorter, the M will be extended. So taking a deep breath in, letting the air out. And breathing in. Shyam. 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 And moving up to the crown chakra. Seed syllable is Aum, A-U-M, the original sounding Om, A-U-M. Taking a deep breath in, letting the air out. And taking a deep breath in to begin. And then moving up to the Godhead chakra, extending beyond the crown, beyond the head, with the seed syllable is silence. So taking a deep breath in and letting out silence. And allowing yourself to be in this vibration, slowly begin wiggling your fingers and toes or reactivating to the body. You move around, stretch it out. And when you feel ready, slowly opening your eyes and simply taking a moment with your senses. Thank you for taking the time, for offering your attention, and sharing in this moment with me in the experience of accessing divine presence. It's been an absolute honor. And may your journey through the Feast for the Soul continue to be an expansive, invigorating, restorative, and activational one. It's my honor and gratitude. Thank you for your life.